It is October. It's not double digits yet when I'm finally getting this video out, but it is October, early October, and we have about 3 months until the end of the year. So it is the last quarter of the year, and I wanted to talk about my goals. So first of all, I want to talk about weight loss goals. So there's about 12 weeks or so until the end of the year, and I have attempted not to talk about weight loss a lot because I've been having struggles over the year and over the years, and I really want to. I've done a lot of work to get myself out of the mindset. My value is based on my athletic ability and achievements, as well as my physique. On a subconscious level, for a very long time, that is where I had a lot of my focus. And being diagnosed with hypothyroid and then later Hashimoto's, again, I've gained a significant amount of weight, and it forced me to evaluate my belief system, how I viewed myself, and what I was going to do about it. Now I'm finally in a place where I've done the evaluation, and I'm still not totally comfortable with the weight that I've gained. And I haven't had much success with the weight loss. However, I have had success in regard to losing inches and gaining strength. I have been able to gain or to train back into endurance sports as I completed my 17th marathon earlier this year. So now I am revisiting the weight loss plan or the weight loss goal. My goal is not to be the weight that I had prior to when I had the baby. It's definitely not prior to when I was in my 30s, and it's definitely not the weight that I had prior to having my baby, but it is the weight that I had prior to my diagnosis, and it's a weight that I believe that is achievable, especially at this place, at where I am right now in my life, like in my studies and what I'm learning about myself and what works for me, food, supplements, so on and so forth. So I'm going to focus on losing 15 to 20 pounds. Yes, I have about 15 to 20 pounds of loss. I think it's realistic for me to do the 15 pounds between now and January 1st. Although this is the most challenging time of the year to work on weight loss. It's my birthday. It's my new year. So my birthday is on October 18th. And so that's typically the time of the year where I like to really start to make transitions. So there's the fall because it's my birthday. And then the other transitional time for me is the spring. So yeah, this is the perfect time for me to do this. And then also because I already have so many diet restrictions, not because of weight loss goals, but because of the autoimmune disease. And I have those restrictions because of the way that they make my body feel, which is like trash. So I'm finding ways, I'm learning, and I'm finding ways that work best for me. And I am noticing some real changes, some real differences. So I am going to eat in a deficit of calories for the next few months. I've tried this in the past, but I'm never really consistent with it. I will eat in a deficit for like a day or two and then go back to eating whatever way that I want, not tracking. But for from now until the remainder of the year, I will be tracking my macros, and I will be eating in a deficit. I use MyFitnessPal, and I'm using the TDEE calculator you can find for free online. And so I am going by the TDEE calculator online for my caloric goal, because the goal that's on MyFitnessPal is less than I need. So I'll be doing that. In order to achieve that goal, I will continue to do meal prep. As you all know, that's what I do. But the difference between before and now is I'm going to attempt to cook everything, like cook all of my meats once a week. Currently, I'm still doing it twice a week. But the goal is, again, to get it to only one time a week and then freeze it. And then salad every day for one of my meals, but of course I will have my cooked veggies for the other meals. And so that may be the thing that I actually cook depending on what the day is. Another thing that I will be doing is incorporating my treat into my caloric expenditure for the day. I heard about this years ago, but I didn't think it was realistic. I didn't think that's what I needed to do, because that's not what I did before in the past to lose weight. But now, because I am older and things are different, in order for me to really stay on track, I have incorporated my treats. So these treats are, sometimes they're cookies, sometimes they're like little gluten-free oatmeal type cookie bar things. The game changer for me lately has been the coconut yogurt with raw honey, and then I add my nuts to it, whether it's walnuts or pecans or almonds, and then I add some pineapple. I really enjoy. I add whatever fruit or berries that I have, but I eat that at night, especially on the days that I work, because those are the nights where I have the most cravings. Speaking of cravings, I'm one of those people that feel like they need something after they have a meal, like after their lunch. So that is typically when I will have like the Capello's gluten-free cookies, or I will have like the Heavenly Hunk cookies, just something sweet, because when I have that, it prevents me from eating other things. If I don't have any of those things on hand, I resort to eating dried fruit. I eat dates. And I also eat figs. I have mangoes, but mangoes and sajda they don't go together very well. So another part of the fitness goals for the remaining of this year, the last quarter of the year, is that I'm going to be running another state. I have finally come to the conclusion and made the decision to run either a marathon or a half marathon in all 50 states. I made the decision about 2 weeks ago. I had I think it was a 12-mile run schedule, and your girl was exhausted. And I said to myself, well, depending on how this run goes, this will help me determine if I'm going to do half marathons and or fulls, or what I'm going to do. So it didn't go well. So I made the decision to do half marathons. Now, the plan was to do Rocket City Marathon, which is in December 14th. It's in Huntsville, Alabama. I was not registered yet, but I did register. I decided to register for the half marathon. And so that is making it really official for me to run a marathon or half marathon in all 50 states. And because now that is my goal, I think I have one more state on there. Yeah, I have Connecticut, because I didn't run a marathon in Connecticut. I ran Hartford Marathon 2015. So I have more states as a total than when I initially started, because my goal was the marathon. Anyway, so that is it for my fitness goals. So let's talk about some of my financial goals, or it's really one big goal. So I am going to go on I'm on a no buy for the last quarter of this year. There are exceptions, of course. So I'm not going to buy any more clothing. I'm not going to buy any more sneakers. The exception is a new pair of running shoes when necessary. Some other exceptions are if I happen to find the rowing machine that I want to purchase at a more affordable price than what is on their website, then I will purchase that. Also, event tickets. I'm definitely going to be buying some event tickets. My husband and I like to go to shows, and we like to go to games. So that definitely will be happening this fall and winter. So I'm not going to take away from those things. And then, of course, my project supplies. So because I am a crafter, and I'm like every other crafter you hear about. Like, we have a bad habit of just buying supplies. So I have my sewing goal, and my sewing goal, it is definitely intertwined with my financial goal, because although I have the projects that I'm going to be making, I will only buy supplies as needed. I will only buy supplies as needed. I will not buy fabric just because it's beautiful. Now, if it's a fabric like the suede that I want to purchase, I still haven't gotten, or like the leather I purchased which is downstairs in my sewing space, and I find some for a really affordable price, and it's for a project that I am planning to work on, or it's in my calendar to work on, then I will purchase it. Other than that, I'm not going to buy any more supplies. Okay. I haven't talked much about my spiritual practice. However, I do have a goal with my spirituality, and my practice is, so I am a Zen Buddhist. I do practice and study Zen Buddhism. And one of the major things is to attend Sangha. Sangha is community. It is basically like a church for Christians, or synagogue for Jewish, or mosque for Muslims. I will say that it's probably a bit more intimate, only because the ones that I have attended are small groups, meditation groups, and we talk about the Dharma, and we talk about it in regard to how our understanding of it and how it affects our practice. We only speak from our experiences. So it's a beautiful, beautiful lifestyle, and if you want to call it a religion. And I'm learning so much, and I am being fed so much. But anyway, so the goal is to attend a weekly Sangha. I have been to a few, but I have fallen off because I always find myself finding other things that I need to do when I'm at home. So, of course, just taking it back a little bit, they have what's called the 3 jewels in Buddhism, and the first one is the Buddha, and the second one is the Dharma, and the third one is Sangha. So it is very important. It's that important. So again, the goal is to attend a weekly Sangha. Since I just talked about how I would miss weekly Sanghas because I would plan to do other things during the time of the practice, I am going to talk about one of my goals for the remainder of the year, this last quarter of the year, is to have a new morning routine. So this is something that I feel like I'm forever working on. But I think the reason why I feel like I'm forever working on it is because I don't feel as productive as I have felt in the past in the mornings. And it's because my body is totally different from the way it was years ago in the mornings. So my old self used to be able to get up at 4:00 in the morning, go get a workout in, and just get her day started. Well, I'm much older than that now, and I have more responsibilities now. But even when I've always had lots of responsibilities, because remember, y'all, I have been a mother since I was almost 21. I was 20, almost 21 years old. So I've always had responsibilities. However, it's just that I have a lot more now, or at least it feels that way. And I'm older. So although I'm able to get up at 4:00 in the morning, I'm just not moving as fast as I need to move to get the things that I need done. So this morning, while I was trying to do my daily writing, which is one of my goals, I was tired. I didn't feel tired. I just was groggy. That's what it was. I was still like cloudy brain, not really free in thinking, and my energy was just kind of stagnant. So I decided to do my run this morning, take the shower, and then also do the cold shower after. And then after I did that, I drank my Green Vibrance drink, and I had some breakfast with my family. The little one went to school this morning, came back upstairs, and I went back to writing. And I was a lot more focused and energized to continue to do what I plan to do. To add to that, I was also able to do this here right now. So I didn't make myself another cup of coffee. I made some matcha. And had I continued with the routine that I always do, there's a strong likelihood that I would not be recording today. The plan is to record 2 videos today, and I believe I'll be able to do it because I'm feeling really good right now, and I'm not overly caffeinated. I'm not even caffeinated, which is great. Or yes, I am caffeinated because I'm drinking matcha. Matcha only counts a little. It's not like coffee. But anyway, y'all, so I have a new morning routine. So I'm going to see how well that goes. Again, I decided to try it today, and this was the first time. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the week. Today is Wednesday. I work on Thursday and Friday. They put me on a doggone Friday. And then Saturday is long run. So we'll see how it all goes. But yeah, so for now, it's a new morning routine. Hopefully, I will see some improvement with my productivity in the mornings. I will let you know how that goes. Okay, so I had talked about my morning routines, talked about fitness, and let's talk about some wellness goals. So I have a wellness goal to do a caffeine washout every single month. So I noticed my coffee addiction in July when I did the elimination diet, the elimination-ish diet that I mentioned in the previous video. Hopefully, again, I post it sooner or before this video. And because I have such an addiction to it, what's so crazy about caffeine is that you're addicted, or I'm addicted because I'm tired, but it's like I'm really just tired. But I really just like the way coffee tastes too, and I like the way it makes me feel. So I guess that is just true addiction. But anyway, so I'm going to do a monthly caffeine washout. So that's going to be 3 periods in each month of caffeine washout. They're going to be a washout of 3 to 7 days, just depending. This month I shouldn't have any issues whatsoever because I will be on vacation for the last 2 weeks of the month because it is my birthday. In November, we'll see what happens. The same with December. But again, it has to be a minimum of 3-day washout period. Another wellness goal of mine is to use my compression device every week. So I have the sleeves, the SCDs in the hospital. But I have the compression sleeves for my legs, and I also have it for the upper body. And I really like the way it helps me feel. The thing is that I don't always have the opportunity to use it. And it's not because it's not because I don't have the time. I just don't make the time. That's the bottom line. So because it's something that helps me feel good, I really need to, and I want to do it every week. Not every night, just every week. The compression device. Along with that, I also have the Theragun. I want to plan monthly massages as well. But because I am trying to control my spending, I'm not sure if I'm going to add the monthly massages or not. We'll see. The massages in this area are ridiculous. Another wellness goal of mine is to read 2 books every month between now and January 1st. I am currently reading Radical Dharma. Okay, I wanted to get the book for you all. So I am currently physically reading and listening to Radical Dharma by Reverend Angel Kyoto Williams and Lama Rod Owens, with Yasmin Saidullah, PhD, doctor of his PhD. So I am currently reading this as well as listening to this on Audible. I had read this in the past, I listened to it in the past, but I purchased this book. And I felt like it was probably too heavy for me at the time when I purchased it. So that's why I listened to it through Audible. And now that, I have the Audible and I'm listening to it again, I realized that when it comes to real life factual things, I need to have a physical copy. So that's what I'm reading. It's a very good book. Oh my goodness, I'm learning so much in it. I like reading things written by teachers who have a belief system like my own, not just similar to my own, but like my own, because a lot of the books that I've read or just different things, the teachers don't have the same belief system as mine, which is okay because there's always something to gain. However, when there is a teacher, or like this teacher, it's a Black woman who is the Reverend who wrote the book. Her experience in this world, in this America, being a Buddhist who is also, again, a Black woman, it's a very unique experience. So I don't want to say too much, but it's worth reading regardless of what your belief systems are, because it's talking about the political system and how one can practice their spirituality, like in this case, the Dharma, which is Buddhism, is what the Buddhists taught, and still be radical at the same time, or radical in that practice, radical in that belief system. She uses the example of Malcolm X. Malcolm X was a radical in Islam. He was radical politically, but he was a Muslim. So he was radical about his belief systems, and he saw what he saw politically. And then there are other teachers in there as well that are mentioned. So it's just something that's really helping me make peace with the thoughts that I have on the state of the world and what I need to do, not only for myself, but for my family and for everyone. Do things in a way that is tangible. There's a lot I can say or just kind of go on about this, but I'm going to leave it here. So I'm reading Radical Dharma, and I'm also listening to Pleasure on Audible by Eric Jerome Dickey. I started reading another book. I think it's called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted on Kindle, but I couldn't get into it right away. So I started another Kennedy Ryan book. That's the fiction. And that one is, I think it's This Could Be Us. Oh, actually, I don't know what it's called. I just started it yesterday. But the last of the wellness goals that I have is just to journal daily. Although I journal all the time, I do not have intentional journaling. So I think I'm going to have more of a focused journal because I have to do something with these thoughts that I have. You know, your girl is an introvert. Recently learned I am a reserved introvert. As much as I like people and I care about people, I'm in my head, or I really enjoy spending time to myself. But because I spend so much time to myself, I have a lot of thoughts. Lots of opinions, and I gotta work through them. And in order to work through them, I gotta get them out. So journaling is a way that I can do that. So just daily journaling, really nightly journaling would probably be most beneficial. And anyway, I want to get on to my last goal for the last quarter. Last goal, or the last thing that I'm going to be focusing on for the last quarter of the year in regard to my hobbies. That is, I will be making some bags. I'm going to make 4 mock-up bags, and I'm going to make 2 mock-up jackets. I also want to start working on small leather goods. And this is a major one, 10 YouTube videos, y'all. 10 YouTube videos between now and January 1st. I know. I have not been consistent at all, but that is my goal between now and January 1st. Now, I will tell you that some of my videos may be from earlier this year because I have always been recording. I'm always recording or taking pictures, but I don't like to edit. I had no idea it was going to be this time consuming, and I need to find a method to be able to get through these videos a lot more quickly so I can post them and be consistent. So someone's calling. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, 10 YouTube videos between now and January 1st, 2026. Please help me stay accountable. And that's all I got, y'all. All right, everyone. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to talk about my goals for the last quarter of the year. Hopefully I'm able to achieve them. I'm going to do the best that I can. Putting this video out there is helping me stay accountable for what I said that I was going to do. So we'll see how it goes. If you haven't made any goals, or if you don't have any plans, or if you do have plans, let me know in the comments what your plans are to finish out this year strong. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Thanks for spending time with me. Peace.